because the management nodes are doing the snapshot and they are moving they're moving the data toward the backup storage. So the server free and the LAN free backup is similar, but the only difference is that the production system will be not affected. Okay, what are the backup classification? In backups, we have full backup, cumulative incremental backup, and differential incremental backup. So what are the differences in this? Full backup is obviously full backup. So if full backup is the most reliable backup, you have complete set of the backup. So you can restore it very easily. And cumulative incremental backup is once you take a full backup and then next day you take a cumulative incremental backup. So it will take only the difference of the next day. And for example, on Monday, you take a cumulative incremental backup. So it will take a backup of only increment, which data is incremented, not the full backup. On Tuesday, if you run the cumulative incremental backup, so it will take the Monday backup as well and the next increment as well. So it have the Tuesday increment and Monday increment as well. So like from Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, if you go to the Saturday, so you have the incremental backup including the Friday, Thursday, Wednesday, Tuesday, and Monday. So if you want to restore the backup, so you need only to restore full backup and Saturday backup. So you can go towards your backup. And what is the difference between differential incremental backup? So differential incremental backup, every incremental backup only, differential backup only. So it will not include the previous data. So if you want to restore it, you have to restore the whole chain from Saturday to Monday, and then you first restore the full backup, and then you have to restore the whole chain to go back to your recovery point. So in example, I will show it to you. Next slide are example. So I think this that will clear you all the things. Okay, full backup advantage. What are the advantages of full backup? So you can recover your data, but it requires space, a lot of space. For example, if you want to backup full backup every day, so you have a lot of space requirement. You cannot do every day full backup. So it should be monthly or weekly full backup. So you cannot do full backup every day. It will occupy a lot of space, and also the backup window will be too much. So in cumulative incremental backup, the advantage is that it requires less space than the full backup, because it will back up only the increments every day, including every day. And the disadvantage is that you have to obviously you have to restore the last cumulative backup and full backup. And differential incremental, this is the maximum storage saving backup. This is the maximum storage space saving with small window. Obviously, if you are doing differential only every day, so the storage space requirement is less than cumulative and full, and the backup window will be also smaller. And the disadvantage is that you have to restore the complete chain and full backup. So let's see in the example what are the differences. For example, this is differential incremental backup. On January 1st, I have full backup, and January 2, I have differential incremental, Jan 3, differential incremental, Jan 4, differential incremental backup, and then I have a fault. So what will be the procedure to restore the complete backup? The recovery is Jan 1st full backup plus Jan 2 incremental, Jan 3 incremental, and Jan 4. So I have to restore the whole chain. Otherwise, I will be not able to get the latest data. So in differential, this is the drawback. You can say that you have to restore the complete chain to go back to your recovery point. Okay, in cumulative incremental backup, for example, I have full backup on Jan 1 and Jan 2, Jan 3, and Jan 4, and then I have a fault. So what is the difference? The recovery plan is I have to restore Gen 1 full backup and Gen 4. So I don't need to restore the Gen 3 and Gen 2 because in Gen 4, I already have the Gen 2 and Gen 3 data. So this is the difference. In cumulative incremental backup, I have to restore the last cumulative backup with full. So I'll be able to restore my backup. Okay, we now understand the backup requirement of the backup. What is disaster recovery? Okay, you have HA available local, you have clustering, you have backup, everything is available. And what if the building, there is a disaster, fire, anything like the building is not available or everything is crashed, your primary site is fully down. So what you have? You need a DR site in other city or maybe in the same city on different location, but the recommendation is that you have a DSR on other city. If the problem is in one city, so you can switch your application to the DR side and your business work perfectly. So this is the concept of DR. This is the backup medium. Nowadays, the popular backup medium is this because it's fast and there are a lot of features are included in. You can do different type of deduplication, compression. All the things can be done using the disk arrays and VTL, virtual tape libraries, physical tape libraries, and data protection appliances. So every vendor has different solution like net backup, Veritas net backup. They have appliances as well, and they have software as well. So it depends on the customer which option customer want to adopt. And similar for networker, EMC networker, and Commvault, Veeam. So all have different solutions available for the backup, and they can they can be integrated with different type of mediums. Okay, DR basics. In DR, there are two terminologies are used very commonly, RTO and RPO. Once you design a DR, so you must have to uh, take you have to take this in consideration that what is the RPO and what is the RTO. RPO means that the maximum acceptable time period for the failure of disaster during which changes data may be lost. So for example, you have configured replication every 8 hours. You are doing the replication after every 8 hours. So your RPO is 8 hours. You have to go back. You have to go back for 8 hours. Your data will be available. Your data will be not up to date. You will lost 8 hours data. So this is called RPO. And what is RTO? RTO means that how much time you can take to bring up your data set, your application server, your storages, your network, and you are able to start your application and your business is running. So from switching to a DR and starting your database server, application server, hardware, everything, once everything is up, that duration called RTO. So your RPO and RTO should be mentioned in hours, days, or minutes. It depends on the configuration of the PR and DR side and distance between the PR and DR side. So these two terminologies will be used when you are designing a PR and DR side. This is a simple topology for the production side and DR side. As you can see that in PR side, we have storages, servers, database servers, application servers, and VMs are running on top of that application server on the application server. And we have a DR management tool. Can you see the slide? This is the topology. Right now I'm on the topology slide. Can you please confirm if you are able to see?
We can see a slide that starts with full backup.
Topology is not there.
No. Which slide are you on now?
I'm on topology slide now.
Yeah, can you give me the number?
So 20, slide number 20.
Yeah,
is
we
the-
cannot see. We can see, I think,
Let me share it
I
again.
think it's 14.
Let me share it again.
Yes.
But no, can you see it now?
No.
It will take some time.
Yeah, it's probably uploading.
I think there's some issues. I have tried all the internets. All are very fast, but I don't know why it's not working properly. Maybe due to some regional issues.
Yeah, I've also had issues with the internet.
Something is wrong with the uplinks, maybe between the countries.
Possible. Yeah. Now I can see the slide with topology.
You can see the slide topology now.
Yes, I can. Can someone else please confirm if you can see the slide? Okay. So now we can see the slide with topology.
Oh, okay. So this is a basic topology for peer production and DR side. So we have data, excuse me. We have storages on peer side, database servers, application servers, and on top of that, we have virtual machines. And we will use DR management. DR management means that it can be VMware SRM, or it can be Huawei BCManager. BCManager is used for DR management. So all DR management will be done using the BCManager. So it may have eBackup, it may have eReplication as well. And we can use the database storage replication as well. And storage replication can be only supported using the same Huawei storages, and it can be integrated with the DR management software. Role of the disaster recovery. For example, you have a site which is completely down, so you can be redirected to the DR site, and it can be done using the DNS, or it can be done using GSLB, or different technologies can be used to move towards the different sites. Okay, we have different scenarios for the disaster recovery. You have a local site which has high availability as well, and between 100 kilometer, we can create a within the same city, we can create active DC solution. Active DC solution means that the user can use any of the data center, so it will work as an active data center. Both data center will be active, but the limitation is less than 100 kilometer. Less than 100 kilometer, we can create active data center, or we can use active standby DR solution as well. If you want to go beyond the 100 kilometers, then we can use active standby solution or 3DC DR solution. 3DC DR solution means, for example, I have one data center. I have two data center in one city, which will be active, and the third will be out of the city. So we can use that one as a active standby. So for example, if the one data center goes down, so I have another active data center available, so there's no downtime. And the third data center is also available if there's an issue in the whole city. So I can use the third data center as a disaster recovery solution. What is the role of the BCManager? Actually, if someone is familiar with the VMware is using SRM. So SRM is actually as is a management DR management software. It manage the DR migration, DR test, DR drills, plan migration. All the things are managed by the SRM. It is called Site Recovery Manager. So same tool we have available in the Huawei products, which is called BCManager. It is doing the same thing. It will manage all your PR, DR, virtualization environment, storages, all the things can be managed from here. We can do testing, DR drills, we can move, we can do plan migration, we can do fault migration, we can do reprotection. Everything can be done using this graphical interface. It is very easy and very user friendly. It is very easy to manage. What is eBackup? eBackup is a tool to take a backup of the VMs. So it can take backups of the Fusion Sphere and the VMware as well. And it is very easy to use software. But it has a graphical interface, and we can easily add the vCenter or VRM. All the VMs will be discovered, and you can easily create policies. We can do the backup configuration very easily. So eBackup is the backup tool for the backing up the VMs. And actually, the technology is the backup principle is that it take a snapshot. So let me tell you one thing, that every backup software, if you want to use any backup software in the world, they're using the same technology. For example, if you have a VMware and you have added the vCenter into the backup software. So once you trigger a backup policy, it will send commands to the vCenter to take a snapshot of the VM. So what is the technology of the snapshot? Snapshot will create a delta disk and will redirect the read write to the delta disk. So you have a read-only disk. So the backup software will take a backup of the read-only disk, and then it will delete the backup automatically. And next time, when you trigger an incremental backup, so the eBackup is capable to do the CBT, change block tracking. So it will only copy the change block. So it will not copy the whole VM again. So CBT is supported in eBackup. So it can be it can do the backup of CBT as well. So no need to take a backup full backup every time of the VM. CBT is supported. Yes, it's the same thing. CBT is supported. So it will compare, and then it will only copy the change data block. And it can the eBackup can support virtualization, public cloud, private cloud, and hybrid cloud as well. So we have different tools. We can use it for the different scenarios. And yes, we can restore data as well. We can restore VMs to data disk as well. So we can support both. So what is the role of eBackup in VMware environment and virtualization environment? So in this diagram, as we can see, let me laser. In this diagram, as we can see, that this is a backup server, and these are the proxy, So this, you can call it a media server as well. So these can be can be used for the load balancing, because this backup server will be managing the policies, all the things, and these are responsible to write the data to the storage. So in VMware environment, we have vCenter, ESXi host, and Firewall. And same is for the VRM. We have CNAs, and all the VMs are running. So in backup server, we have to add vCenter or VRM. So these are the mastermind of all these environments. So once these are added, so we can see all the VMs, and we can create policies, and we can take backups of the VM from different environment. And the same technology are used to take a snapshot of the VM and then get the backup. And then it can compare the CBT as well. So this is the eBackup networking LAN-based backups. As we can see that VMware environment is connected to the LAN, and same is FusionSphere is also connected to the LAN. We can take a backups using the LAN medium, and it will be transferred to the storage. So as we discussed that it depends on the network speed that you are using 10 gig or 1 gig. So it depends on the speed. So the speed will define the backup window, and yes, the backup window is dependent on the LAN speed. This is LAN free. Okay, this LAN free is the backup server will be connected over the Ethernet to the vCenter or the VRM. Only the communication is for the management or for the triggering the commands. It will trigger to backup the VM, but if you have configured to take a backup using the SAN, so it will automatically move data on the SAN medium. It will be not traveling over the Ethernet. So your backup speed and your backup window will be reduced. So in this case, all the backups will be traveling on the SAN network. It depends on the SAN, which type of FC cards are used and which SAN have the FC card available. For example, 16 gig or 32 or maybe more than that. So the speed depends on the bandwidth of the SAN interfaces. So over the Ethernet, it will be only managing the commands and all the things, but the backups will be moving towards the storage on the SAN. Okay, now we have to look into the eReplication. What is eReplication? So we have discussed eBackup. eBackup is for the backups only. You can create backups of the VMs or all other things. But eReplication is a DR management software. You can move your data from one side to another side. If you want to replicate all VMs or everything from one side to another side, so we can do that. So BCManager will manage this, and BCManager has a lot of option: business integration, management automation, DR visualization. We can see or visualize things in the BCManager, and it is very easy to test, to do DR test, to do DR drills, to do the plan migration. It is very easy. Just you need to click it. It will automatically move the VMs from one side to another side. So it is a DR enterprise level DR management tool, and we will discuss in the next slide. So we already discussed that it support all the renowned technologies in the market. Okay, so now we will see how the storage layer replication works. For example, we have a production side and DR side, and then we have to install a DR management server. DR management server means that the BCManager is installed on the PR side and the DR side. So if your primary side is down, so you must have a DR management server on the DR as well to do the management as well. So that's why we have two servers. So in between storage, we have to create AUN groups, and we have to create the replication pair between the storages, and it will be visible in the DR management server. So once it is visible to the DR management server, and also the FusionSphere or VMware will be also visible into the DR management server. So we have to manage everything from the DR management server. But here's the drawback, that you cannot replicate only one VM. For example, in one LUN, you have 10 VMs, so you have to move all 10 VMs that are located on the same LUN. So this is a drawback of this solution, but we can design it like that. We can create groups, and we can create different groups. For example, if you have ERP servers, 4 servers, so you can create LUN, and you can create alien group as well, and you can put all the ERP server in the same alien group, and then you can move it together. So it's not an issue. We can, during the designing phase, it can be managed easily. Yes, that the minimum protection unit is LUN. So you have to protect LUN. In LUN, it depends how many VMs you are protecting, and we can do single remote replication. Yeah, we can protect VM as well. Okay, now there's another technology, Hypermetro. If you want to do active-active solution, so Huawei have the Hypermetro solution in storages that you can create active-active data center. For active-active, we need this quorum device. This quorum device means, for example, these storages are there is a heartbeat between two storages, so they can check each other that both storages are up and running. For example, if you want to write something here, so it will write at the same time on the both storages. So both storages are active. So you can send request to DCB or DCA. Both will be providing the services. So this quorum device is required because, for example, if there is a split brain, the connection between storages are gone. So how how you will manage the data? Which storage should know that the latest data is available with which storage? Because there is no replication links, no heartbeat. So the quorum device will determine that one storage should be act as active, so the other will be down automatically to avoid the data corruption. So in the active DC, the quorum device is mandatory. You need to do this. Or we can, without quorum devices, not, it is also possible. But there are different ways to do this, to do that. In storage sessions, we will look into this in more detail. There are a lot of technique we can use for active data center. So hopefully if we have a storage session, then we will be managing this in the storage session. Okay, if you very simple configuration in BCManager, you have to discover the resources, storage devices, Fusion Compute, Fusion Manager, VRGA, etc. Then you have to create site, for example, local site and remote site. Local site is your primary site and remote site is your DR site. Then we have to create protection group. Protection group means that which VMs you want to protect. So you have to, for example, you have, I already explained that you have Exchange servers or maybe ERP servers, you can create different protection groups. So they will move together to the DR side. So once the protection group is created, then you can create recovery plan. Recovery plan means that you can do a DR drill testing, plan migration, solid protection, and failure recovery. So we'll be looking to this one by one. These are all the features BCManager is providing to you. So DR test, for example, this is a PR site, and this one is the DR site. So we have storage available here, servers are here, and application are there. So I want to test my DR, that DR is ready or not. So when I start, when you select test, so it will automatically start data replication to the DR side. It will replicate it, then it will check the replication status. Then it will create a snapshot. As we can see, it will create a snapshot of the volume, and it will mount it to the host, and then it will start the VMs in isolated environment, isolated network. So you can go and check your application if everything is working fine. The main thing in this, that your production application is not affected. Production will be running because we are just using a snapshot of your production data. It will use only a snapshot. It will mount it. It will run the VMs. You can test the VMs. Everything is working fine. And it will be in isolated network. So there will be no impact on the network as well. And there's no impact on your primary side. So this is called usually DR drill, that you are doing some drills that everything is working or not. So you can do it after 1 month, or maybe it depends how you can do it every day, no issue, because it's a snapshot. So you can test your environment that everything is working fine. This is called DR test. Failure recovery, for example, if the primary site is down, so no need to worry about. You can just check the data. It will be managed from the BCManager. You don't need to do it manually. We can do this manually as well, but the BCManager will do it automatically, so we don't need to worry about it. Everything, it will automatically map the LUN and recover the business on the DR side. So the replication will be not done because the primary side is down. So if your RPO is 8 hours, so you have the 8 hours old data available here. You can start your replication using the 8 hours old data because your production is down. So there's no replication going on. So for example, you have switched your application to your DR side. So for example, you have planned your migration, you planned it, you move it here to the DR side. Now what? If you want to go back to the primary side, so you have to do reprotection. You have to do reverse storage replication. So you have to do reverse replication. Now your DR site will be acting as a primary site and your production site will be acting as a DR site. So once the replication is completed, you can do again a planned migration to your peer site again. So your peer site again will be up. If there is any hardware issues, you have to resolve all the hardware or the network issues. Then you can test it. If everything is working fine, you can move it again back to your primary site, and you can do reprotection again. So this the BCManager will help you to do these all things. Okay, now in private cloud, a DR overall architecture. In Huawei private cloud, we have hardware OpenStack. On top of that, we have DR management. BCManager is already there. So already it is part of the Huawei private cloud. We can do all the things in the private cloud as well. As we can see in service catalog, we can use ECS master standby DR, ECS backup, EVS. So we can do all the things on private cloud as well. All the DR management, BCManager is already part of the Huawei private cloud. So Huawei is using FusionSphere OpenStack, and top of that, all the VMs are created, and it is part of the management VMs, and you can do all these things in private cloud as well. So BCManager is also there. So this is the logical diagram. For example, you have server, production, storage, backup storage, network, and top of that, we have KVM, VRM, or maybe VMware as well. So this is compute virtualization, storage virtualization, and network virtualization. And top of that, we have FusionSphere OpenStack. These are the OpenStack components already installed. And the DR management, we have BCManager, eBackup, eReplication, all these things are sitting here. So using these tools, we can use from the cloud management portal, we can use CSBS or CSDR. So we have these services available in service catalog, and it will be using these tools to get all these things. So when you log into, unfortunately, I don't have the demo for the public for the private cloud, but I will show you the services available in public cloud because it is available publicly, but the HCS is not available right now, so we cannot log into that. But these are available in private cloud, so we can do all these things using this DR management BCManager components. Okay, we can do likely in any backup virtualization environment, we call it backup, but in cloud it is called CSBS, Cloud Server Backup Service. So it will get the backup of your EVS Elastic Volume Service. It means it's a disk. If you are aware about the Huawei cloud, so EVS is there. You can install the operating system, or you can use it for the data disk. So it will take backup of the EVS, and you can restore it later on. So you have the option in cloud for local backups as well, and backup replication option is also available. So we can do it across AZ as well and local AZ as well. So these features are also available in Huawei private cloud. These are the components. Manage one is providing unified management for the backups. You can configure the backup services from Manage One SC, and the CSBS Kerber is the orchestrator, it providing the APIs to connect to the management platform. And the BCManager, as we know, that BCManager is responsible for the workflow, for the management, for the execution, all the things, all the management is done by BCManager eBackup. And FusionSphere OpenStack is already part of the Huawei private cloud. So it is already there. And these are all the components, they are work together to get to, you can get the backups of your ECS or the cloud environment. Very simple. You just create a backup service, configure basic information, and you will add this replication strategy or the backup strategy, and the system will automatically create a backup server instance, and then the system will automatically be doing the backup or replication. Which it depends on your configuration, which configuration you have done. And you can also configure manual backups and replication and recovery. It depends on you. So these services are available in private cloud as well. And as we know that Huawei is using the same tools in cloud as well, like BCManager, eBackup, eReplication. All the things are totally integrated, and you will be able to get the backup services from the private cloud. Okay, I want to show you in the. Let me show you the backup services in the. Can you see my screen, the browser?
Yes, we can see.
Okay, okay, and I don't have access for the HCS, but this is the Huawei cloud. Everyone has the access, so you can see that. For example, if you have a VM, so for VM you can go to the storage, and you can buy this cloud backup. So in cloud backup, you can get this backup vault, server backup vault, and all these are available. And there's another backup service as well. This is called cloud server backup. So this will copy your complete ECS, and these services are available in the public cloud as well. But unfortunately, I don't have the access to the HCS. I have tried, but it is not available right now, maybe due to some issues, so it is not working. So Alina, that's it from my side. Let me check if there are any questions.
Yeah, I will ask you to continue sharing the screen if you can.
My
Because
screen is shared already.
yeah.
Okay.
If you can continue sharing for the community slides as well.
Okay,
I've
let
also
me check
had
if
some
there's
issues with my internet
some.
connection. It wasn't just you.
I don't know,
Uh,
something is going wrong today. I don't know why.
Yeah, in my
I have.
culture, there's this thing that every Tuesday there are three unlucky hours. I think we are
Okay,
in
okay,
the
okay.
unlucky hours. Anyway, thanks everyone for understanding. Thanks for sticking with us. As some of you already know, I've also seen some comments already in the community. For each webinar, we have an exclusive activity. Uh, Basically, you can participate in two different ways, so you have two different chances to win. One of them is to leave a comment in the next 10 minutes in the community. I will share the link again just to make sure that everyone can see it. And all you have to say is, I attended this webinar. So you can just copy paste the text in the chat and leave a comment in the community. So you need to go to the link I shared and leave your comment there in the next 10 minutes. I will also take into account the comments that were already shared. I know that you're all here in the live session, so don't worry about it. You don't need to comment again. So basically, this is all you have to do. This activity is for the ones who took their time to join us in the live session. So basically, it's really easy to participate. Just leave a comment, go to the link I shared, leave a comment with "I attended this webinar," and you can qualify to win 600 high coins. So no need to repeat myself. You still have 9 more minutes left to leave that comment. And another way to participate in the activity, Kashif, if you can go to the slide
Slide
after this,
number. Okay.
45,
Yes.
slide 45.
45.
Yeah,
Okay.
thank you so much. So aside from leaving a comment with I attended this webinar, another way to participate, basically two ways to win, is to answer the three questions that Kashif has prepared for you. Basically, if you attended this webinar, you should be able to easily answer the three questions that will follow. Um, you can go to the same post in the community and leave a comment with the correct answer. Basically, you can write question 1 and the correct answer, question 2 correct answer, and then question 3 and the correct answer. You should leave all the answer in the same comment. You don't need to leave a different comment with each answer. It's much easier to follow this way. So Kashif will present the three questions now, but I will also update the post and add the questions there after the webinar. So don't worry, you can answer later as well. This is just a quick preview. If you want to see the questions, you can see them now. Um, I think that Kashif can confirm the fact that if you paid attention, you should be able to answer correctly.
Yes. These are very easy questions, so I think
Yeah,
they can.
I'm sure. So again, you need to go to this link I shared in the chat, and you need to leave a comment with the correct answer, with the correct answers below this post, not in the chat. So this is really important to know.
So the first question, and this one is the second question.
Yes.
This one is the third question.
Yeah.
So
As
it
I
will be
said,
available on the community as well.
yeah, I will upload them in the community, so don't worry. You will be able to find the questions there as well in the same post I shared multiple times in the chat. Um, Before we end, I just want to thank everyone for attending. Of course, thank you, Kashif, for hosting. As always, great. You are a great host. I appreciate your work. Um, Thank you all for your time. And if you are new to this, I want to mention again what I mentioned in the beginning. Maybe you didn't join from the beginning. This webinar was prepared by the Huawei Enterprise Support Community. We have technical webinars every month. You can participate for free. All you need to do basically is to have an account in this community. You can subscribe to our future webinars, and you'll be able to find the previous webinars recordings in the community as well. You can participate in different activities like this one we have today to win some rewards. There are multiple benefits to being a member of this community, but especially you can learn from some of the best experts in the industry. Um, if you have any questions regarding this topic, you can use the same post I shared in the chat, and you can address your questions there. Um, no, thank you for attending. Thank you for your time. I really appreciate you taking the time to join our live webinars. I know that sometimes it's difficult to attend the live webinars, um, but of course, I appreciate it, and I hope to see you all in our next webinars as well. And please don't forget to leave me a message if you have any topics in mind. If you want to learn more on certain topics, you can of course share that with us, and I will do my best to find suitable hosts for those webinars. Um, this was it for today. I will update the questions in the forum post as soon as we finish the live webinar. So you still have time to join and answer until the 26th, so until the end of this week. And the next week we will announce the winners for the two activities we have, one for the live Q&A and one for the forum Q&A. Thank you all for your time. Thank you for attending, and have a nice day, evening ahead, depending on
Thank
where
you.
you are from.
Thank you, Alina, and thank you all attendees. Hopefully we'll see you in the next webinar. Thank you all.
Thank you, Kashif, and thank you all.
Thank you.